Nostalgia is such a weird thing. On one hand, you can remember the most beautiful memories of childhood and just when you had no responsibilities. And then you could have another horrible thought that, wow, life has changed so much since then and it's just not been going so well. It's very bittersweet because it's a mix of both feelings, and at the end of the day, it just kind of leaves you sitting there like, damn, I guess this is how my life is at this moment. For me, my life has changed drastically within the last literally 4 years. I'm not even joking. Like, I graduated high school, I've moved on to talking to new people. I've just been alone all the time, and now I'm just constantly working on YouTube. As opposed to literally not even a year or two ago, I was hanging out with friends, spending time in my relationship, and just kind of doing whatever I please. Like, I didn't really think too much about the future. But funny enough, I would catch myself, especially after I graduated high school, that I would look back a lot to my younger days. And it's kind of weird because when I graduated high school, I was 18. But my younger days were literally when I was like 14, 12 years old. That's literally only a 4 to 6 years difference. So what gives? I think maybe the transition to going to university maybe did something to me. Not so much of a stress response, but it's like my life is shifting into another norm and I have to adjust to it. Similar to how I went from elementary to high school. And I would think really often to when I would be 12 years old, when I'd be 14 years old, when I was 10, and how life was just so easy. Like, there was nothing I had to worry about. Like, I would just boot up my PS4, play some Call of Duty, hop into game chat with buddies, and just talk all night. It was beautiful. Like, I'm telling you, that was truly the peak of a kid's life at that time. And the truly sad part about being nostalgic is even though you have the same people, the same games, the same environment, it just won't hit the same. And the reason for that is obviously because we live life, we go through different experiences. Maybe my friend Jimmy, who was like a really bright and funny guy, went through something so traumatic that, he's just not the same anymore. And if I were to play games with him, like, we won't be laughing so carefree because once again, it's not 2014 or 2015 anymore. It's 2024. We're adults now. I'd say the most nostalgic year for me and was the best year to be a kid was 2016, 2017. I'm just saying hands down, bro. Freaking PS4 Minecraft, Black Ops 3 Zombies, GTA 5 heists. Not to mention Kendrick and Drake were like going off at that time. Non-copyrighted music was like everywhere in every gaming video. Even my home life was great too. Like, I had a great family and I'd get food, I had shelter, a bed. I was very grateful for most of the things that I had. And then I would go out and go to school, get an education, and then I would go hang out with friends after school at the park every single day. And then once we're finished, then we go back inside and play video games. Like, I'm telling you, that was just peak after peak. I guess I'm just very proud to say that I grew up like that in a way, and that my childhood is untouched. It's not tainted. It's perfect the way how it is, and it should always be like that. Now, to get to the very juicy part of this video, overcoming nostalgia so then you can live in the present. I feel like a lot of people could get through this with ease because they don't really care too much about their childhood. Like, I've talked to many people who are like, yeah, I don't really care about being a kid or even a teenager because their life starts when they're an adult, which is a great mindset, by the way. That is cool. I'm very happy that you think that way. But I guess for the people who just lived very, not so much of a peak life when they were a kid, but just a very happy childhood. And then when their life turns to crap as an adult, they look so often to their past so then they could kind of reclaim some type of memory to feel that type of happiness again. I stopped doing that, but I will be honest, I did that very often a couple of years ago when I was like 19, 18. And I think having a conversation with my childhood best friend Daniel is what really helped me get out of my nostalgia. Because him and I go way back. Like, we're talking about grade 3, okay? We were like the bestest of friends. And so him and I would basically play Minecraft all day, all night, and talk on our home phones. And it was just such a blast building and creative and playing survival. So, yeah, a couple of years ago, I had a conversation, and he was talking about how, we'll never, ever get those memories back. Even though, we don't talk that much and we don't have the same interests or type of mindset anymore, that feeling should just be left in the past, but not forgotten, because that is what makes us who we are today. And I think by embracing and acknowledging that that part of our life happened is so important, because a lot of us will just be stuck there. You should just cherish it. Literally cherish it and keep it how it is. It's perfect. Don't touch it. But the best part is that it's never too late to really make memories. It's never too late to start anew and to kind of move forward with your life. The pattern I figured out, and it's pretty obvious to some people, is that if you don't really got that much going on in your life, then you're most likely going to look a lot back to your past. At this current moment right now, I haven't been feeling that nostalgic. It's crazy because I felt like I was that guy who thought so much of my past, but I overcame it. It's possible, because if I could do it and I thought my childhood was the best thing to have ever happened, then you can most certainly get through it too. I'll tell you guys the breaking point of my mindset and what made me switch my perspective on life to stop thinking so much about my past. So here we are. It's April of 2022. Okay, I was basically 18. So yeah, around the time I was feeling all nostalgic and whatever. And my friend said that he had a job offer. There were 2 job listings that I could choose from. It was either retail or cafe. And I chose retail because I didn't know how to cook food and I was a little bit nervous of that idea, so I didn't even choose it at all. My friend then said, oh, retail is actually filled, so you're going to have to go to cafe. And I begged to find a way to get me into retail, but there was no other way. So I just kind of accepted the fact that, I had to get a job, and I just went into cafe. But the best part is that I never knew what would have happened for the next 2 years. I ended up meeting such amazing people. I wouldn't have never imagined that I would have created a friend group from work. That entire year of summer of 2022 was just full of fun, new experiences. I would go out with them. We go karaoke, get food, just mess around. And working every day didn't even feel like work. It felt like I was going to just hang out with friends. So that went on for about 2.5 months until school came, and then half of the people disappeared, which kind of sucked. But it made me realize that for the longest time now, I've been so nostalgic over the past, but I stopped thinking so much of when I was a kid. And I was like, dude, I'm living in the present. I was just amazed, because I thought I would never get out of that cycle. And it would kind of consume me throughout the upcoming months until that very moment. After, everyone started doing their own thing, I started to live life a little bit better. Like, imagine if I completely declined the job offer, what would have happened to me? I would have been stuck probably in the same cycle for many years after that, and I don't know if I would have ever gotten out anytime soon. So I'm so grateful for that one friend for giving me the opportunity and me acting upon it. And after 2 years, I could actually say that 2022 to 2024 has been one of the most eventful years in my life, being 21 at this moment. And I am genuinely excited to see how 2025 is going to play out. I don't have room to be nostalgic for things anymore because I already know that I have a life ahead of me. There's so many possibilities and so many doors that are opening that I know my life could change, right? I can meet new people. I could get a new job. My YouTube channel could blow up. My TikTok could blow up. I may move to another place. I could, learn a new skill. There's so many things that could happen, and I'm just so eager to want to see what happens next. And some of you guys may be thinking, yo, I'm like 30 right now. I'm 35. I'm 40. It's done for me. What are you talking about? You're still living at the end of the day. There is no room to be saying, hey, my life is over because I'm at this age. Until you die, you still have opportunity. Even if you're like a 55-year-old woman who is working at a dead-end job, you have opportunities if you look for them. You don't have to be stuck like that. The internet is so vast. It is so huge. There's so much information that we don't realize how powerful it is even in 2024. Literally Google some of your interests, what you want to do, and try to put it to work. If you're really about it, you could actually do anything. And once again, there will never be any room for the glory days. Your glory days are always happening, It's always going to be peak after peak if you let it be like that. The only time you really drop in the most darkest part of your life is when you just fully give up. But if you're still living, once again, you haven't given up yet. Explore your interests, seek out opportunities, take those opportunities, and act upon them. And one day, your nostalgia will fade away because you just got so many good things going on in your life. That's going to be the end of the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Love y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!